Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Uh, Hi. It's me again. Man, it's been a while since I made one of these. I always end up saying that to myself. It's been a while. I think there was a point where I was making like one a week or something, but I am doing a lot of things with Pokemon that honestly it's kind of hard to consistently make these videos. On top of that, I just have a lot going on. So I don't get these videos out too often. So it's the 13th of June, 2026. Pokemon is still ridiculously high. I mean, for some cards, essentially higher than ever. You have some cards going for like just ridiculous amounts of money. Like not even like actual like tournament or prize or rare pro, just straight up just set cards just going for unbelievable amounts of money, like several hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I own a lot of these cards just like in a raw form, in just decent condition, like 7, 8, 9. And it's just, it really just is insane to see, because when I started collecting in 2019, Pokemon, there were no big players. Realistically, there just weren't. There was no institutional money. There was no money laundering. There was no extreme gambling. There were no gambling business models. There was no card repair. There was no, you know, Wall Street investor, tech bro, crypto bros just straight dumping money into Pokemon. So even the most prestigious cards, like, did not seem like a bajillion miles away. You know, even several years ago, um, even 1 or 2 years ago, honestly, like, there wasn't even an actual card to where I would say I can never get this card. Like, it's actually just impossible for me to get this card. And now I think if I were a PSA 10 collector, that would just be an objective fact. There would just be some cards that I just don't think I would ever be able to get. However, if I were a PSA 10 collector, that would imply that a lot of the cards that I have, some of them I would have gotten in PSA 10, which means that I probably would have received the multiplying gains from those cards as opposed to just a percent of the gains. So maybe I would have, but it's extremely unlikely that I would have been able I would be able to get those cards if I were a PSA 10 collector now. Like, for example, like Umbreon 026, for example. There isn't it's extremely slim, but there is a possibility that like I could get that card in a single format, like just as a raw copy. Like, it's, let's say just one somehow popped up, like, it's not impossible for me to say that I would just never be able to afford that card. But in a PSA 10, there is just no way that I would just ever be able to have that card. And thankfully, I don't collect PSA 10, so it's absolutely fine. But it's just insane to think about. There are actually many, many, many cards now to where like it's just not achievable for most collectors. It's just in a different ring, it's in a different tier, it's in a different space. And that's what, unfortunately, a lot of these big players have done. They've taken these cards and they've just sent them to a place that the average collector just can't really achieve. And I guess that's just the nature of collectibles, I suppose. I mean, in their eyes, they probably think, oh yeah, like we're just actualizing what we believe is the actual worth of these cards. Um, and maybe in a different video, I'll actually talk about how I feel the intrinsic value of almost all cards is actually worth 0. But that's like a different topic for another time. So with cards, and what have I been up to? What have I been up to? So I've been collecting and collecting, and I'm aging. I'm aging. When I started collecting seriously, I was in my early 20s. Now I'm in my very late 20s. And I still love collecting. I still love collecting, but in the beginning, I was solely just collecting. Just I didn't really have any other vision other than just collecting and building up something special. But as I age, I have to be responsible, and I have to be observant, and I have to be realistic. And because of that, as much as it pains me to say it, I've somewhat fallen to the dark side a little bit, and I do occasionally do some buying and reselling here and there. Before, it was more so I would just buy cards and keep them, and most people will tell you that that's an absolutely fine way of collecting. But they will say like, oh, it's not the most efficient because, in order to quote unquote build your collection, you have to buy cards, and then when you get profit, resell the cards, and then buy either larger cards or buy the same card back and keep some money, or basically just use your collection to fund itself. And for a long time, I wasn't actually doing that. I was quite literally just buying a card and storing it away. Doesn't really matter what happened. It doesn't really matter how valuable it became, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because to this day, I still have my Rayquaza Gold Star that I think I bought it for like 2.5 US, and like it's like PSA 8 condition, which puts it like near 30 grand, which is just absolutely freaking ridiculous. But I mean, if you're a collector, most likely, especially an early one, you've probably benefited in some way. But of course, there are more efficient or more maximized ways to, benefit, profit, whatever. But I didn't really do any of it for profit in the first place. And now I'm here. So now I'm here in the big 2026. And unfortunately, I do find myself purchasing cards sometimes for resale because I just have to. In this kind of environment, cards are genuinely so expensive, especially the cards that I collect, or unfortunately the cards that I collect. I was buying when I was getting into collecting, I would be on Macari, and there would be no rarity Charizards for like 1500 USD, and they'd be like anywhere from PSA 6 to PSA 8 condition. The PSA 8 ones would be like 3 to 4K US, and like the really bad ones, dude, they would be like 1 to like 2K US. And now PSA, sorry, no rarity Charizards, they hardly exist. If they do, they're price floored at like 4 to 5K USD just flat, and that's for like a PSA 1. The market, what's remaining of like these cards, for me as a vintage collector, it's absolutely brutal. It's so hard. So in order to be fine, I can't afford to keep these cards, the ones that I'm purchasing ahead of time or in this current time, and just keep it. I can't do that. So, I have to purchase one. I have to purchase a card, and, maybe I'll keep it for some time or something. Or maybe if it's a duplicate of a card that I already own, I can purchase it. And if it's better than the one that I have, then I can sell my duplicate for, realized gains, my original duplicate, or I can sell the new one that I've purchased and, just make some money off that or whatever. But the point is, I guess, I'm making I I am like taking some profit on either purchases, past purchases, or current purchases because I just have to. Like, market is far too expensive. And like, people are insane. People are just flat out insane, to be frank. I'm getting insane offers on cards that I paid a tenth of the price for. So I just sort of, I have to be responsible. I just really do have to be responsible. I just got charged for my train that I took yesterday. That's hilarious. Anyway, um, so yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at with cards. I go to Japan a lot. I've been building it for the past time. I don't know how long it's been, but I've been really sort of building up my understanding of both the Japanese, or just even not even the Japanese, but the Asian market and the Western market, because there are many differences, and if you can sort of catch these differences and understand these differences and identify and be aware of them, it's very useful. To put it simply. I also just very much enjoy discovering about different collecting communities. I actually had a trip some time ago, can't remember when, to Japan, but it had a layover in Abu Dhabi, and at my departing flight, it was actually delayed. So when I got to Abu Dhabi, my transferring flight had already left, which means I got a free day in Abu Dhabi. And because of that, I was actually able to. They placed me in a hotel which was actually quite close. It was literally only 15 minutes away from a Pokemon card store. So I went to the Pokemon card store, and it's called G Tech, which is really funny. It's called G Tech, and I just met the guy who was working there, and I just started learning just about like the collectors over there. The guy's name was Jeffrey. I met a guy who really likes Lugia. So that was really interesting. So shout out to G Tech Jeffrey, because that's what he has. That's what his WhatsApp is. So that's pretty funny. Um, so I've been, the past year and some, I think I've been to Shanghai and Abu Dhabi, and obviously Japan, and in the next few weeks I'll be going to the Singapore card show. I don't know how I feel about that. I do know that the cards that I'm going to see there will absolutely blow my mind. I know that much for sure. But the people, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Whatever the case, though, I look forward to it. I I love learning about Pokemon. Whether it's the rich tycoons or just like, someone with like a tiny collection. I just enjoy being around cards. Cards is one of the few things that really I still hold on to during these times. Um, yeah. So doing a lot of traveling, meeting so many people, so many people. I've actually become great friends with this one Japanese native guy who works at a buyback store. His name is Takashi. He's his English. He's learning English. Oh, what the hell? What's going on there? Hold on, wait. My thing just actually. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So my phone just freaking my phone wire is shitty. Anyway, yeah. So I met super nice guy Takashi. He works at a art shop. Works at TCG Bank. Very cool. Very cool. Uh, Just a simple guy learning English. Just learning about like cards in Japan, how they operate, what's happening with them. It's really fun. It's really fun to just see how Pokemon operates on a global scale. Spoiler alert, it's like 90% gambling and money laundering, lol. But I mean, it is what it is. Turns out, Pokemon is really good for moving money. Surprise, surprise. Better than gold, better than stocks, better than crypto, better than almost any possible investment asset. Because who the hell doesn't like Pokemon? Literally everyone loves the yellow rat and the orange dragon thing with wings. But yeah, so that's fun. It's really learning, meeting collectors and shop owners, just going to shops, gaining a little bit of notoriety in some shops due to the collection, which is a little awkward at times because they're kind of just like fanning out, and like I'm just like a really tall black guy with like very little expression, and I literally also don't speak the language, so there's that. But it's okay. Okay, it's all a learning experience. In recent times, where would I be if I'm not adding cards to the collection, right? So I don't know which one this is, but we'll see. Oh, it's two. I know what cards they are, but I don't know which actually I like. Do know because of the wait. No, I don't. I thought I had. Oh wait, never mind. I definitely do. I just lied to you. I definitely do. It kind of had not as much whining as I thought, but anyway. So of course, it is Fan Club Magikarp and Flan Club TV. I think I actually like the Magikarp more because this is such a unique holo pattern. It's obviously the Neo Destiny, Neo 4 Darkness to Light holo style. But for some reason with gold, it just looks so good. Like it looks so good. Obviously, shiny Magikarp is golden. Well, Quicking, Koi King, King of Koi. I actually got this for a really good deal. I got this for a really. I'm very happy about that. Um, let's go a little bit of whitening, just there, and a little bit there. Overall, it's really good. Really happy. I do obviously need the Porygon. Also, this is not my usual camera. It's not even my phone. So, you're actually seeing cards look like nicer ones and not like a fucking blurry mess. But it's literally not my phone. I really need to purchase a new phone. And I really need to clip my nails, so I apologize for that. But yeah. Got like a slight thing here that can actually just be sorted out, ironically enough. Yeah, overall, uh, super happy with it. I actually have another one that's in Japan. That one is super good. So I will maybe, I don't know, maybe that one will make a feature at some point. But for now, it's very nice to have this little guy, little Koiking, Hikaru Koiking. Yeah, it's also just a really stupidly expensive card now. It's really dumb. I'm not really surprised. So I managed to snag it just before they started going a little crazy because of the PSA 10 sale in China. And now they're kind of just like stupid. Yeah, so that's that. And obviously to pair it, we have the Eevee. This Eevee is mega cute. It is mega cute. It is PSA 9 condition. It is not broken out of a PSA 9. I actually purchased it raw. I purchased it raw for pretty high price, to be frank. But like because it's PSA 9, it's okay. But I didn't buy it above PSA 9, but like for a raw card itself, it is quite expensive. What I paid. It's basically, I mean, like I don't know if there's like, even though I'm pretty sure there's like no way to like get rid of whining and stuff. if like you were able to like get rid of this little white thing here, it probably could actually no, and this one here at the top too, I forgot. That one at the top too there. It probably could maybe PSA 10, but like it doesn't really matter because I don't actually care. Actually, I don't think the centering is good enough. Probably not. So probably not. But anywho, yeah, fan club EV. People don't even know that Fan Club Eevee is actually the predecessor to Pokemon Players Club, which is where obviously the Espeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Umbreon points comes from. I believe the Eevee is actually 500 points. So yeah, so it quite literally is the predecessor. As you can see, red, blue, yellow for Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon, which I actually really like. I don't think this one has a swirl. It just kind of has like a really strong hollow like near it. The wink is actually so cute. Big fan of the wink. I don't know. This is definitely a very, very, very cute card. Super. Oh, I'm very happy about that one. Yeah, it's probably PSA. Yeah, I paid a little under PSA 9 price for it. So yeah. Actually, no. I paid over PSA 9 price, but like under PSA 9 currently listed. So I mean, it's just like whatever, bro. Like in this market, who knows? But I paid what I'm happy for. That okay, Cat has like a little love heart, like half love heart, like right there. It's like half of a love heart. It's pretty sweet. Two fan club cards. Need the Porygon at some point too. Get the trio. Happy about those guys. And then I have been after these guys. I'm trying to get the whole set. I'm trying to get the whole set. I absolutely loved it. Let me talk about this card for a little bit, because I absolutely love Burn Tower. First of all, the Burn Tower lore is absolutely awesome. I'm not even that big of a Gen 2 guy. I do love obviously I love Gen 1 to 4 flat out, but if I had to pick, it would probably be Gen 1 or 4 first. If I'm being realistic, it's Gen 4 first for me, then Gen 1, then Gen 2, then Gen 3. Quote me like, it's interchangeable, honestly. They're all great generations. But Ecritique City and the Burn Tower are actually just so cool. Like the fact that like Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon went into a tower, died, and then they were resurrected by Ho-Oh and became Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. Like, who actually cooked that up, bro? That was actually such a crazy cook. That was such a crazy cook, bro. And then something I really like about the legend cards is the T-stain border. That shit is so cool, bro. Like that shit is actually so cool when it comes to the Heart Gold Soul Silver Legend era because like I don't know, it just makes the cards feel like so ancient. It makes them feel too. Where's my? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it makes them feel like so ancient and just like very old, and it just really like adds to basically what Gen 2 was going for. Because Gen 2 was really starting to expand on like Pokemon lore in terms of like world building and like Pokemon building, with obviously Lugia in the sea, Ho-Oh in the sky, the three dogs. If you played Gen 2, if you played either Gold, Silver, or Crystal or Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they really like just spoke about the world itself, the ruins of Alf and fossils and the tower and the bell, just everything, unknown. It was very, very, very cool. So the fact that the Heart Gold Soul Silver era like has this tea stained kind of just like ancient feel to the cards, it's the best, dude. I really, really like it. Really like it. So I got this in Japan, I got this in Prezu, and then we actually got this in China off Pokecolor. It's actually a PSA 9, but it has like the most fatal scratches. It's actually so frustrating, bro. Like, I don't want to talk about it. But Oh, what's is up? I didn't know that. It was a side one. Yeah, this was broken. This was straight up just broken out of a PSA 9, and it just has like some scratches in just the worst place that is just extremely frustrating. But overall, it's a great card. Overall, lovely swirl there. Not the biggest fan of shiny Ho-Oh. I gotta keep it a fan. I do like regular Ho-Oh more. Number 250, by the way. Obviously, Lugia 249, and then Celebi 251. But yeah, the hollow panel on this shit is fuck. It's or just the background itself is just actually like they were just fucking cooking, dude. Like fuck Call of Legends, bro. Fun fact. Obviously in Japanese, these are actually promotional cards, so only 1,000 of them actually exist. Um, So the Suicune, Raikou, Entei, Ho-Oh, and Lugia only have 1,000 each. They are lottery cards that were randomly assigned. And then for the rest of the quote-unquote Call of Legends cards, they are also lottery cards. That would be the Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, Deoxys, Dialga, and Palkia. Also have their lottery cards as well, but they have 5,000. So these guys are much harder to come by, especially the Lugia. The Lugia is just retardedly high right now. It's like it's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. Do we have a swollen the Lugia? I actually haven't fully checked the holo pattern yet. Ooh, dude, yeah, shiny Lugia is bro. We gotta keep that like a red Lugia. Like, come on, bro. That we know that straight cooks. We know that straight cooks. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of just I mean, these are just a few. I to keep it a stack. I've been purchasing a lot of cards. Some for resale, some not. And like I'm just doing a lot of Pokemon, and it can get tiring sometimes. Sometimes I want to take a break, and I have been taking breaks sometimes. But you know, I do love Pokemon. This is currently what I'm up to right now, and yeah, for the foreseeable future, I will definitely be making another one of these at some point. Try to be a little more consistent. I really need a new phone. Like that's primarily one of the biggest reasons I don't have a new phone. But this phone's really good, the one that I'm using from a family member. So I think I will definitely purchase the same model. But yeah, I mean, I will catch you in the next one.